Why is this guy summoning creatures from Magic the Gathering
And we
right
are
now?
live.
Oh, hi. We were just talking about you.
Huh?
Hello.
Huh?
All
Why-
bad
Just
things.
talking shit, don't
All
worry about it.
Yeah.
bad.
Why is this guy summoning creatures from Magic the Gathering? Because yes.
Because some idiot put that in the same universe as D&D, don't ask.
We did have a legitimate question, though. We're running... Because the Arcane Trickster for the 2024 rules has a very different
We're running
wording than the
2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are like everything that we run for D&D is 2014 because I don't want to buy more books.
That's fair.
Makes sense.
And
Spell limitation still exists.
yes.
For now.
Like I saw that they were announcing that the psionic class was coming to 2024. And I was like, too little, too late, Wizards.
Sadly.
I was begging for that to happen in 2014.
And then we got the Psychic Rogue instead, which is not bad, but like... It's not a psionic, you know?
Yeah, I'm still curious what they're gonna do with it. But we're just gonna have to see.
Mm.
So how are all of you?
Good. Better.
Functional today.
Today's been chaotic as hell, and I'm looking for a better kind of chaos. So I'm here.
I was gonna say, well, then you're in the right place. You know, I'm thinking that I need to like somehow get this microphone arm somewhere else. But I am horrible when it comes to setup design. So I don't know where else to put it for the microphone that I have.
Send
I
me
have
pictures.
mine-
I'll give you ideas.
I have mine mounted behind my monitors and the arm coming up and over. Mine is right here, like just out of camera, right here.
Oh,
And I can pick you up. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I have
Yep.
it angled so it's like right at my face.
Oh, he comes in very clear, so I'm
Oh.
assuming.
Oh, Raven has a camera today. Okay, I was like, wait a second.
Yep. I had technically a camera. Yeah, and Rojan, mine's like literally right here, and it is mounted like parallel with the bottom of my monitor.
Yeah, see, I don't get it. I don't know why everybody's like microphone works so well, but if I move this like too far out or too close in, it doesn't pick me up.
It has to do with noise gates, compressors, and a whole lot of other nonsense.
And I speak quietly at times.
Or in my case, just sheer luck.
Yeah, I mean,
Zora and I don't
to
have
be-
to worry about that. We're so loud, the microphone will pick us up from 2 rooms over.
Yeah, and
we're
like,
really
like the
loud.
two of you, like every time we play, I have to actively keep like changing your volume pitching on Discord so you guys don't peek into the red.
Well, and
Right?
my mic is like far away from me too. I am German. I am naturally loud. Like that is my normal speaking voice.
I too am German. Although that's not my excuse, I'm just loud.
I think my favorite is when Zoro and I are in the same house. We're multiple rooms over, and you can still hear us echo through each other's microphones.
What you need is
Yeah.
you need like a portable recording booth that you can just enclose Zoro in.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Preferably with a chain and a lock and a little slide slider food when she's being a pain in my
Oh,
ass.
you
Yes.
fool. You think I want to leave.
I was gonna say, how soon before
Oh.
Tilt makes the outside of it look like Grimm's coffin?
That and
Oh god.
the thing she doesn't realize is the moment she's in there, I control the internet. I control the broadband.
You have to have good broadband though. For
Yeah.
me to
Yep.
care.
Yeah. I'm just
So
saying I could pull
Jokes on
the
you, you
footage
have
out.
broadband?
Right.
I'm doing an audio test myself here today.
Okay.
For those who were not in the call when I mentioned it, and those of you who are in chat, I've removed the pop filter from my microphone because
Oh my.
like I went back on Monday, and those of you who are in the Monday game saw me complaining about this, but I am like super low at like pivotal moments in like the discussion between the Jin, Sylvia, and Kylus. So I was trying to figure out what the hell is wrong and why everybody can hear me so crystal clear on Discord, but the VODs sound absolutely horrible. So I've removed the pop filter to see if that's like it's gonna stop messing me up, because I've got like a de-esser and everything on the mixer, so pop filter shouldn't, you know, really be a thing. And I've turned up the audio bitrate on OBS from 160 to 320. So hopefully the bitrate comes through a little bit more. And people can hear me now. So anybody who's watching in chat, if you hear me like cutting off, or I just instantly just get quiet while I'm talking, let me know so I can just make notes of like when to go back and figure out if it's just my speech pattern, because there are times when I just talk a lot lower than normal, or if it's just bad streamer luck. And my cat's knocking on the door. Come on. Come on.
Daddy, come out and play.
Oh, we had the dogs the entire weekend, and they just went home today because we were watching for my sister, because they were doing like plumbing rework. So she had to be cooped up in here like all day, because if not, the dogs would kill her. So I don't want that.
Oh my. Yeah.
But yeah, I think with that, unless there's something anybody else needs to announce before we go live or before we start here.
Nope.
No pressing matters for the table.
I may have an alternative to Sirenscape. I'll talk to you about it after the stream.
Fuck yes, please.
How
Like,
exciting.
yeah, if that's like, I am excited for that, because I am trying to build the playlist for Daggerheart. So with that, the last time we were together, 2 weeks ago, you all entered into a very pathetic second round of the trials, as you went against two giants who were supposed to be a somewhat of a threat. But all of you apparently had watched Bill Nye the Science Guy that afternoon in school, and just completely trapped one of them in a wall of ice that was just pinning their arms to their shoulders. They were stunned because of Grim. Niall threw her cluster bomb into the spherical wall of ice, completely like almost destroying that giant in one shot. And it was just a comedy and a tragedy depending on which side of the dice you were on. But you were able to get through round 2 without too much of a problem, electing to continue to move forward. You went into the 3rd round, once again doing like you did previously, selecting both the opponents and the arena of your choice as random, voted on by the creatures of the multiverse who were watching this either live or in some other way. And you were put against 2 beholder variants, an eye of fire and an eye of ice. Excuse me. And you were in an ice arena. This fight was a little more rough. as both of these creatures had the ability to make you vulnerable to ice attacks and fire attacks based on their primary eye. Quite a bit of you went down. Two of you, one of you even flat out died.
Wasn't me.
I think they both flat out die? Didn't Allura flat out die?
No,
Pretty sure.
Allura stabilized.
Oh Jesus, okay.
Yeah,
Still.
I yoinked her with a stabilize spell, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah. No, Gilly rolled a 1 and then like a 4. So like Gilly was dead like the second death saving throw that she rolled, you know, as
Before
is
the fire went off, that got us all.
as is common for any one of Gilly's characters.
What I'm here for.
But yeah, so snatching victory out of the jaws of defeat. What was his name?
Oh, I
Snorglin.
know.
Snorglin congratulated you and motioned for you to enter into a fourth door, mentioning that your prize and the master of the trials and arenas awaited you. And as you probably stand there for a moment to collect yourselves after that fight, you notice the silhouettes of the creatures that were in the stand, so like slowly but surely vanishing one by one. And after a few moments, you don't feel as if anybody is now watching. The ice on the ground melts on the arena. Snorglin sort of just begins walking towards the fourth door himself, not really saying anything else to you.
Yeah, definitely enter.
I mean, doesn't look like there's anywhere else to go, so we're going.
Yeah, I'm following behind as well, albeit a little slowly, as I just remembered that I am severely hurt. So,
Oh yeah. Some of you took some massive damage
down
that
to
final
10
round.
HP. I am limping after them.
And one by one,
was
oh sorry,
Trying to figure out. I was gonna say, Snow's trying to figure out why her fur's all crispy looking, and then walking after everyone. It's
as
no
you
stench.
one by one walk through this fourth door, you feel a wave of comfort washing over you, as once again you feel as if you've been granted the effects of a full rest.
Now, does that grant us our level up stuff as well, or do we still need to actually sleep for that?
That, you know what, I'll be nice and say that grants you your level up stuff too.
Just in time. I just finished picking out my spells.
As you walk through, you come into a very impressive looking, well-maintained workshop. Sitting in a very large throne-like chair is this individual that just seems to be made of a living metal. Not saying a word to any of you. He looks over to Snorglin, their eyes meeting, and they seem to be conversing with one another non-verbally. And then he gets a rather surprised look on his face, and he looks to all of you and nods a bit in respect.
Snorks will hear in his head, "What you guys talking about?"
As Snorglin just like looks at you, just sort of like almost that, you know, that, well, you're a mom, you know, the look you give your kid when you're on the phone and they keep like interrupting you. As this large living metal individual stands up, and as he begins to walk towards you, he shrinks down to about average height for a human. It has been some time since I have seen anyone clear all 3 tests with the full group, and well, doing all random picks the way through. You are definitely cut from a different cloth. I would assume that my friend Snorglin has told you the rewards that await you for such a feat.
We were told rewards were involved. We were not told what the rewards entailed, to my remembrance anyway.
We were told there was bonuses for doing the random ones.
I'm looking at your character sheets. You guys are pretty much still running basic
Basic bitch.
stuff, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if it didn't come off a shelf at a general store, we don't have it.
I think
As
maybe a couple people have like maybe +1 armors, but that's like everyone else is still rocking basic bitch sword and armor.
I don't
Yeah.
recall
I
stealing
lost
+1
all
armor.
my stuff a few episodes
I've got
back.
a few goodies, but it was from deck pulls that I got them.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah, same.
as he kind of like looks at you, and there's even more there's now like a confounded look on his face because you've gone through this with basic gear. Interesting. Huh. Legendary feats deserve legendary rewards. So I'm going to offer all of you a complete 100-point rebuild. Weapons and armor. Because champions can't be in whatever this is.
Didn't think it was so bad. I just found some leftovers from people who failed the trial. Doesn't fit quite right, but it worked mostly.
Don't like our hobo gear.
Hobo
you
gear is
ju-
fine for commoners, but you're champions now.
You just see Grim look very sadly at his now dysfunctional coffin.
So, here's what I'm going to do. Let's recycle this stuff that you have on you. And let's get you something better. As he like he just like kind of just like motions upward with his hand, and in front of you just these small bins appear. Well, medium-sized bins. Put your old gear and your old weapons in here. If it's magical or if it has sentimental value, I understand. But anything you're not really going to carry with you or have any sort of personal attachment with, go ahead and get rid of it. I could use the scrap.
Now almost get naked.
Snow will drop off the leather armor she has on her. She does not carry any weapons currently, and she lost them all. And primarily uses spells, so.
I pull a sickle out from under my cloak and drop it in the bin. That's really the only thing that I have that, you know, isn't a living entity.
I was gonna say that isn't Agrin.
Yeah, I mean, Agvrin is my primary weapon, and then the essence of a planet eater, which I still don't really know what it is my arcane focus. And the puzzle rod I haven't figured out yet. So
Yeah, my book's my arcane focus, my awakened spell book. So
I mean,
it's sentient. I can't give it away.
if it comes with an upgrade, just drop Agron in the bin, right?
I don't think he would be too happy about that. I don't think the world would be too happy about that.
What's better than one Agrin? Two Agrins.
An
Wait.
upgraded Agron.
Wait, that's already the thing.
3 Agrins.
Exactly. Well, upon request, I'm going to dump the pair of short swords. The typical rogue thing, as I'm sitting there pulling knives out of all my armor. In this case, it's 2 short swords, a longbow. No, I don't have bandolier knives. And a set of studded leather that goes into that bin.
Okay. What is Alora dropping into the bin?
Well, Alora's a little puzzled. She has studded leather armor +1, but I think she'll drop that in the bin. She has a dagger and a buckler. Those could go in the bin. She refuses to part with her ring, but she's really taking her quarterstaff and she's looking at it, and you can see she's really in a difficult situation here because this quarterstaff was a gift and it's all carved with little forest animals and everything. There's little squirrels running up and down it, acorns, and she just can't bring herself to put that in the bin.
Okay.
I believe her focus may also be in trying to find something, but she just can't.
What about Grim? What is Grim dropping into it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out looking at all
Drops
this.
the coffin.
Look, he was thinking about it, if only for one reason. It's that right now it's completely useless.
It's
Because
sort of
unfortunately-
cursed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The unfortunate reality, though, is he made this thing himself, and it doubles as his shield, and it is +1 already, so it's kind of something he built himself from the ground up. The only other thing, even remotely like anything that he could potentially use, that he could potentially throw in, is a studded leather armor. But the casket is a hard. That hurts. You know what actually he would probably do? He'd walk up to that entity, point at the casket with a sad look on his face, and just mumble under his breath. You know, just beard mumbling under his breath something along the lines of, "I think you could fix it." It's supposed to be a coffin of holding, but somebody messed with it. I haven't been able to fix it.
So he looks at it and is like, I can work.
He's gonna give it to the entity. He's just gonna like push it gently towards the entity, but you look at his face and you can see that it's tearing him apart. Like he is having a very hard time dropping this thing. Well, you know, letting go of this thing.
And what about the group Chaos Gremlin? What is Niall dropping in?
How many bombs
What?
in the pile?
What? I'm so glad you asked. So,
Right.
Yeah, she's gonna drop in her studded leather armor. Her I surprisingly have more weapons than I thought on me. I'm actually, you know what? I aside from could be funny later down the line. So you know what? She will drop the dagger. She'll keep the short sword, but she'll drop the dagger and both her pistols.
Okay.
She has 2 pistols. Her bombs she just makes, so they're not like, they're just part of the class. It's not something that is kind of given or physical, I guess, for inventory's sake. So yeah, so it would just be her 2 pistols, her studded leather armor, and a dagger.
Okay. And as everybody drops their items into these bins, another wave of his hand and they vanish. Okay. The way that I am going to do things here. I'm going to meet with each of you personally, one-on-one. And we're going to make you a little more presentable.
You're not the god of pants, are you?
No.
'Cause I don't wear pants.
I am
Good.
not. I am not the god of pants. I'm not a god.
I heard she's a diva.
Apocrypha, yes, total diva.
Oh, I thought her name was a Pocket. I mean, at least I couldn't forget what you're the god of, so. Alright.
So who's first? Don't all speak at once.
I mean, I'll go. If no one else is doing it, I'll go.
He nods. It's like, okay, very well. You may stay here. Your friends may exit into the room to the right and enjoy refreshments and a bit of relaxation.
Sounds good. I could go for a drink.
Oh, I'm
Are there
hungry.
cookies? Do you think there's cookies?
I feel like it's probably the kind of place where there is whatever you want there to be. Let's go find out. I'm gonna head off into the other room.
So as
Yeah.
the group leaves you, Niall, in the room alone with this liquid metal being.
Silver Surfer. That's right.
Yeah, so, yeah, pretty much Silver Surfer.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
You're interested.
Hello. Not very many people use the I word on me.
Intelligent?
Usually
I'm
the-
sorry, interesting.
They usually call me the C word.
We're all a bit crazy. Well, for your special brand of combat, I would assume that one needs a little outside of the box thinking.
Yes. What did
So-
you have in mind?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. What did you have in mind? What does Niall want? Let's start with the protection.
We can start there. See, here's the crazy thing. I can be far away or in your face. Literally. So, something to make me a little hardier or maybe a little fun, a little slippery or a little, I don't know. What did you have in mind? Otherwise, I was thinking something that either could, oh my, the brain is just firing off right now. It could be something fun where, like, if someone gets too close, my armor will hurt them, or maybe I could have the ability to get away if everything gets a little dicey, or oh, there's so many things I could do. Pull back, push away, pull back, push away. So many things.
Go with me on this one. You like
Okay.
exploding things, yes?
Oh, yes.
Well, on top of making you a bit hardier and maybe a little harder to hit, every explosives expert needs protection from explosives.
That is true.
So here's what I'm thinking. Your armor was basic armor, right?
Studded leather, yeah.
He's like, okay. We fortify it a little bit. Give it a little bit more protection. On
Okay.
top of it, we retrofit the armor to resist explosions. Give you a little
Okay.
more protection from your own toys, just in case things go south.
Oh, if I need to throw a bomb point blank, ooh. I like
Speaking of
that.
that, why throw one bomb? As he turns and he like waves his hand as some of like this liquid metal begins to form up and begin to create this piece of studded leather armor, reinforced. And you can see that on the front of it, it's got like 6 little canister pockets.
Oh, God.
So, here's what I'm thinking, and tell me no if you don't like it.
Okay.
You getting close to people, things could get a little dicey. More people can get a little closer to you. You may be surrounded. And you know, well, you can only throw so many bombs.
Hmm.
But what if, and he walks over and he pulls like a ripcord on the side of the armor as the pockets open up and dump out 6 canisters onto the ground.
Am I the guy in red with like the bomb strapped to his chest?
Yeah, you like
Oh my God.
you're pretty much given a bomb vest.
Oh lordy.
Oh my God.
And as he pulls the things, the canisters come out. They sort of just like erupt in a shower of confetti. Now, when you do it, it will be the real thing. I just don't want to damage the forge.
Can the confetti go with it though too?
If you wish to have confetti included in the explosions, why not?
Yes.
Go with me here. Explosive confetti.
You're gonna make me cry. Yes.
So, what this vest, what this armor will do is when you pull that ripcord, it will create a 10-meter radius of an explosion. Everything in that radius, including yourself, have to make a Constitution saving throw. The DC 15. Anybody who fails it is going to take 4d6 points of force damage. Your armor gives you resistance to force damage.
Okay.
After you use the armor, you have to spend a downtime activity in order to restore the canisters to be used again.
And it does all 6 at the same time?
You know what? I'm not going to say that you take a downtime activity. I'm going to say that you roll a d6 every long rest, and on a 5 and 6, the canisters recharge.
Okay.
And it's +1 studded leather now, so it's been reinforced.
Oh, perfect. Cool. It's just force damage, it's not force and fire.
Nope, it's just force damage.
Okay. I asked because a lot of her bombs default to fire, so
Mhm.
it's force and fire, so okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I do love that idea. Plus, it's fun to walk. I want to walk through the bombs. It's kind of cool.
Now, we get to probably what your most favorite thing is, the weapons.
Yes.
I saw that you dropped firearms into there.
fire, explosives. You're getting a pattern here with me.
I'm getting a very big pattern.
Very big. I'm
So
a size queen.
he walks over to a box and he kind of just like holds his hand over it. You see like liquid, like the liquid metal dripping from his fingers into the box, and you hear something forming inside. And he opens it up and he pulls out this small, what looks to be strange pistol. And he's like, this I would call your multi-tool.
Oh.
He's like, pistol configuration. And then he reaches into the box and he slaps on a couple more things as you see that it turns into like a shotgun.
Oh my.
Adds a couple more things and it turns into like a long gun.
Oh my god.
And then he does one more addition as it morphs into a single shot grenade launcher.
Oh, I get my grenade launcher.
Everything here you see is configured to fit anything, any situation you come across. Close range, long range, crowd control.
Excellent. Is there like a little button or something I have to push for it to go like...
He pulls out like a small like belt, and you see like all the tools attached onto the side of it. If you've ever seen like the second Suicide Squad movie, the gun that it's not Deadshot, that Deathstroke uses when he
oh yeah.
it's not even Deathstroke. Deathstroke's a different guy. Anyway,
Deathstroke is
that's Slade,
the assassin guy.
yeah, but like how he would take something off his belt and he would attach it onto the gun and the gun would form into something else. It's like
oh my.
that.
Okay.
Cable, yeah. You pretty much have like one of those like extendo kits for a Nerf gun, to where, you know, it starts off with a pistol and you put the brace on and now it's, you know, a rifle and everything like that.
Oh my. Okay. Ooh.
And he's like, and what is a firearm without ammunition? And he pulls out a bandolier. And you can see that there are rounds specifically for the different variations of the gun. You got your basic rounds, which will, you know, do piercing damage. Fire, electricity, and force. There's a small child peeking out from behind the door.
Oh, kiddo.
You like how both of us had to check?
Right.
Both the moms are like,
I just saw
"What?"
I saw her sneaking and like doing like the little kid peek, and then when I called her out, she like dipped back behind.
Which is funny because she can't hear you.
She knows she was caught.
Like, stay out here until mommy's done.
He's like, all of this fitting for a champion.
I want that one.
And this is ammo. I'm sorry, you said piercing, fire, electricity, and force.
Yep.
Okay. So it's basic for pistol, fire for shotgun, electricity for long gun, and force for grenade launcher?
Yep.
In that order? Okay. Let's make sure I understood that properly. Okay.
Your shotgun is a 10-foot cone.
Oh, okay. And do they all do different types of damage?
Yeah, it was the piercing, the fire, the lightning, and the force.
Sorry, I meant. Sorry, I mean, like, is it a D10? Is it like 2D6? Like
The pistol.
Sorry, dice damage. I mean, sorry.
Dice damage. The pistol itself is a D6 damage.
Oh, it's D6. Oh man, mine was a D10.
Oh, okay. So if it's a D10, yeah, we'll start off with that because like
I was
okay,
like, oh, I downgraded.
I have never played Gunslinger. I don't know what the gun damage is here. Yeah, so we'll do a D10.
Yeah.
We'll do a D10 damage.
Okay.
This is a +1 firearm, so everything across the board is a +1.
Oh, that's good to know. 1. Okay.
Your shotgun will be a 2d6 fire damage. Your long gun is a D12 lightning. And then your grenade launcher is a D8 force damage in a 5-foot area.
Oh, good. I don't have to worry about like, oh, it's a fireball. Everyone in range. And it's just 1d8 for that.
Did I ask how big the room was? I just shot my grenade launcher.
Thunk.
Exactly.
Like, also, Snorglin told me about the incident with your bags of holding.
Yes, it seems we were unfortunately swindled.
Yes,
What?
well,
Is that Auntie Tam? Yeah, she's saying hi to you. She keeps pointing
he
at you.
reaches
sorry.
up and
Hi, baby
he
girl.
puts 2 bags in front of you. One of them seems a little full, the other one is empty.
Oh,
Champion's
what?
purse.
Christmas came early.
Champion's purse, your payment for completion of the tournament.
Oh,
And
of
your
course.
And your bag of
What
holding.
was that? Is this the real deal?
It is the real deal.
She's gonna open it up and she's like, "Is there a black little slime living in here?"
You don't hear
She
anything.
says she's busy.
And there's 1,500 gold in that bag.
What? Yes, you're not having a cake pop. It's bedtime. 1,500 gold.
1,500 gold.
I did too many zeros. Or did I?
15 million.
It's 15,000. Okay. Oh my. Well, this will be lovely.
Now,
So
if
you just put things in there and things just come up the way you just think it. It just comes up.
Mom,
that's how I work.
Mom, look.
We're gonna get me one of those.
Well, you can take your gear, and when you go into that room, help yourself to some refreshments and send your next friend in. We can see whether we
Oh, which victim to choose? As she slowly starts grabbing everything and starts putting them in her new bag of holding, and she goes, "It's like, well, if you ever need more entertainment, I'm pretty sure we would love to come back at some point."
maybe I can hire you on as defending champions if anybody else tries to run the arena.
Ooh, when's the last time that happened?
It hasn't. Most people say no.
Oh. Well, depending on if and when it happens, some of my companions may be dead by then, but some of them will still be around, so drop us a little birdie. And she'll blow a kiss and skip out.
Okay.
Here, Mom.
And it's a kitty. Yeah, I see a kitty. When she gets back into the room, she'll like swing around her bag of holding, and she was just like, "Got some kitties. Look. Fighting's gonna be so much more fun now. We need to test this. Who's with me? Wow, you guys are quiet. You guys are just shoving food in your faces. Are you guys okay? Are you that hungry?
You see Grim kind of look up at you and then just look anxiously back at the door, and you can see that the only thing he's thinking about right now is his coffin.
The second you do that, she's gonna be like, "You said you're next."
Snow's just in the corner trying to get the singed fur to be gone.
Oh, singed fur is fine. Like your fur has like regrown and everything. It's like
Oh, okay.
like when you walked through that door frame, when you got that full rest, you were restored to like perfection.
Okay. Then yeah, Snow snuffed their face.
Now you only have like the mental burns of being cooked by a fire beholder.
I mean PTSD.
Yeah.
All right, Grim.
He specifically said the one with the coffin beard needs to come in. His words, not mine.
I watch you.
No, Grin just mumbles once more, stands up, and heads for the door.
Okay. As you walk in, he smiles. I had a feeling you would be next. So much like your first friend, let's talk about defense, shall we? She was an easy book to read. A lot of explosions and chaos that. You though, my friend, I don't get much of a read on.
As he once more mumbles in his beard.
So tell me, my friend, what is it that you bring to it?
How would he answer that? You know what? He would look at you, grumble in his beard once more, and point towards the coffin and say, I needed this to store the body of the dead. The body is the plural of the dead. They kind of messed with it. It doesn't work right anymore.
I see.
Yeah, he seems to be very like one track, but I think until the coffin's taken care of, he's not thinking of anything else.
Okay, we'll do this in reverse then.
He grumbles.
I take it that the coffin is also a weapon of yours?
I mean, I hide behind it once in a while to not get hurt, but that's about it. Shield, Mastercraft.
Well,
I mean by that, it was my +1 item from the start of the campaign.
First thing is first, and he walks over and just waves his hand and just like splatters a good portion of liquid metal across the top, as you could like see it start to like sink in through the cracks where the hinges are. He's like, let's just start purifying that so-called holding spell that you have on it.
He definitely nods eagerly.
And afterwards, he walks over and he picks up your coffin, sets it down, pulls the chain that you had wrapped around it off, and he opens it up, and you can see that no longer is there just that pitch blackness. But what
Okay.
you see now is a small hallway that leads into a mausoleum.
He kind of looks up at, well, the Silver Surfer, for lack of a better term. I don't know how you want me to call this guy. No, he'll definitely slowly look up to him and then back to the thing and then back to him, and then back to the coffin, and then just ever so slowly walk up to it, and kind of just slowly, like, you know when you're testing a portal or something, just put a hand through it first, and then slowly poke his head and back out.
Yep.
You know, just to see if it does anything that's gonna hurt him.
And you do all of that, and every time you pop in and pop out, you're perfectly fine.
He looks back at you, and he nods, and he says, well, good place to store the bodies of those who don't need them and send their souls on their way. Thank you.
What you carry inside of here is sanctified ground. Anybody you put in here will not return as a maligned undead.
Mm.
The body will be purified and preserved until you can take it to a suitable resting place.
He nods and he looks at you. What about an undead that gets pushed in here?
Let's just say they shouldn't be on sanctified ground.
You can see the gears turning in his head, and he nods and he says, this will do greatly.
As he shuts the door, and he shuts it in a way, and then he runs his hand over the front, as you see like a small sigil sort of glow on the front of it for just a moment before it fades. You won't have to worry about it swinging open or anything walking out. Speak a passcode that is known only to you, and that will be the only time this coffin opens.
Yeah, he'll mumble something under his beard. Good luck for anyone or anything to ever understand what he's articulated as a word.
Like somebody who has the book card. Take beard.
Right? The beard is the one that spoke the passcode. But yes. Oh my god, I'm crying. This is great. Yeah, no, he's extremely satisfied.
You mentioned that you had that this coffin, it acts as a shield for you. What do you use as a weapon?
He grins. No. He grins, and you can see him like furrow his brow a little bit until God damn it. Until the fucking pink. Sorry. The goddamn pink spiritual weapon, pink fucking beach shovel shows up. I'm sorry. Oh my god. It's like meet cosmic entity. What do you use for a weapon? Shows plastic beach shovel.
You don't carry anything else with you.
He grins and he shakes his head no. As his only other thing that he has on him that he pulls out is his reliquary, which is basically his casting focus that he carries on him at all times, which probably what he uses to, you know, send off the souls of the dearly departed.
I'm going to propose something to you.
He raises an eyebrow.
This coffin, this shield, why not let it be a weapon as well?
Let me put it to you this way. If a beard could go rigid, it would have.
As he walks over,
is extremely appealing.
And places a hand on it, as you see like a very beautiful chain wrap around it, like lengthwise and widthwise, and just give enough of a lead for you to hold it. Give it a few swings.
All right, yeah, he'll do exactly that.
And you swing this thing like on the chain, and You don't know how, you don't know why, but this thing feels balanced. Like you are not being pulled with it as you swing. You're not like throwing off kilter or anything. You are feet planted, swinging it perfectly fine, as if like you were swinging a broom.
When that happens, he kind of looks at that silvery automaton creature. I don't know what to describe it as really at this point. And you hear it mumble under his breath, and he says something along the lines of, "No way the craftsmen's back home will ever believe this."
What you have with you now is a wonder.
He looks, and you can see that whether it be through his dwarven heritage or just who he is as a creature, or as a person, there's a very deep appreciation for the quality of what has just been wrought.
As he smiles and he nods, he's like, "So, heard you mention undead. Don't take you're a fan of them."
He looks up and he says, "Well, an empty body is an empty body. That's just meat. But the souls, the creatures themselves, should not be tethered once dead. Let them rejoin the cycle."
I agree. So, Tilt,
Yes.
your weapon here
Mm.
is going to do a D8 damage. But
Okay.
instead of making the rolls off of your strength, rolls and damage are made off of your wisdom.
Okay. Scaling off of wisdom.
Scaling off of wisdom. On a natural 20 versus an undead, it must make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw or be destroyed,
Oh, wow. Okay.
as you have a disruption enchantment on this coffin now. It also has a range, or has a reach of 10 feet.
Okay. Equal DC 16 against undead, or it is destroyed. Range of, you said 10 feet, correct?
10 feet.
All right. Everything has been duly noted. Let's just say that if the beard could shed a tear, the beard would be shedding a tear right now at how beautiful this is. Grim himself is obviously at this point definitely crying a small tear of joy.
Your armor.
He nods.
Decent craftsmanship, that one. That was your armor was a +1, right?
No, the coffin was the +1. It acted as a shield as well.
Got you.
Everything was on the shield. But he does mumble something along the lines of, the craftsmen back home will be happy to hear that.
And what type of armor did you wear?
I believe it was a studded leather armor. I will confirm that right. Yep, studded leather.
Studded leather. Okay. He takes his hand and once again just throws out just a hefty glob of this liquid metal at the same like mannequin that was wearing Niall's armor when it was first made.
Mm.
And a beautiful set of like silver, like studded, like not silver, but studded leather armor appears.
Okay. He looks at it with curiosity. Clearly
You
interested. in
seem
knowing
to
what it is.
rely on your shield for your defense.
He nods.
So the vestments of a man of the gods should reflect such stature.
He looks a little confused.
The armor has been reinforced up to a +1.
He nods.
But while wearing it,
Appreciating the craftsmanship. Sorry, go ahead. Yep.
while wearing it, you have an extra charge of channel divinity.
Oh my. Okay. That's actually really good. I can definitely appreciate that. He will pick those robes up. Are they still like on the mannequin, or is he being are they being handed to him?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
they're
making sure I got
still
it
on
right.
they're still on the mannequin.
He's gonna like walk up towards the mannequin, and he's just gonna look at them and just mumble something to the effect of "May I?"
It's your armor.
He will ever so delicately, almost gingerly, pull it off of the mannequin in whichever way he needs to do so, whether it be unlatching certain straps or just pulling it straight off of the mannequin. But you can see he's pulling this thing off with almost reverence. Before he looks back, puts it on, kind of pulls the beard, out from the neck, the neck hold, kind of stick it out, where not have it stuck inside the thing. And then just kind of pats himself down, just kind of appreciating the feeling of the garment on him. As he looks back, nods and says simply, "Fits like a glove."
Made to your measurements. And
yeah, he nods, clearly impressed.
much like your crazy friend who was just here, he pulls up 2 bags. The bag of holding to make up for the one that you were duped into buying, and your champion's purse of 1,500 gold.
He
I'm
nods.
over here getting ready to do math to like split it amongst everyone. Oh,
No.
okay.
He,
Never
no-
mind.
he nods, appreciating, and he kind of looks back and he says, "Oh, and the mausoleum, where is it situated, if anywhere?"
It's a sanctified pocket dimension. Only way in, only way out is through that coffin.
He nods again. He'll put, you know what? He'll put 750 of the gold in the bag of holding. He'll put the other 750 inside the mausoleum.
Okay.
We'll let the gold sit there and be sanctified for a bit. And, or at least rest in a sanctified area for a bit. And yeah, he definitely looks back and says, and just kind of gives that entity a short bow, looks back at it, and once again, just ever so shortly mumbles in the beard a simple thanks.
Of course. When you get back to the room, continue to enjoy the refreshments, but send another one of your friends in.
He nods, kind of takes one last look around the room, still just clearly like impressed by all the almost instant crafting that has been ongoing. Before I head out, just really quick, I don't want to like extend too far because I know other people are waiting. If I do a religion check or something, would I be able to identify who this person is? Is it some like entity of the forge or whatever?
Even with the religion check, you probably wouldn't be able to identify him because he isn't necessarily any sort of divinity whatsoever.
Okay. Or attached to any pantheon or anything. From
Nothing like
okay.
that.
Awesome.
He's
Okay,
just
perfect. So, yeah,
he's
no idea.
just some being of living liquid metal.
All right, understandable. So yeah, we'll definitely head back out at this point. Again, you can see that there's a bit of a spring in
Grimm's step that has not been there ever since the coffin has been tampered with. He'll walk back to the rest of the group, plop down at the table, grab something to eat, look at the rest of them, and simply say, "Next." It's probably the most talking he's done in about 3 days.
Well, he's left that up to you of who's going next.
See, I voluntold. You should have voluntold.
Is this said in character?
Yeah. Just saying.
He'll take 2 seconds to look at Niall. He'll actually shrug for half a second, and then he'll say, "What was Niall's puppet's name?"
Snooks.
Yeah, sorry, I had a brain. The player had a brain fart. He'll just shrug and he'll just say Snooks, and he'll start eating again.
He's like, what?
That's not a person.
I don't think she's allowed in. I'm sorry.
How rude! Sniffs is very much a person.
Oh,
Right?
I know. You're a person, I promise.
Yep.
But nice try.
Yeah. He kind of shrugs, and then looks back at the table and. Right at this point, I'm just like. But yeah, he'll just grumble under his breath here. At Steve, I'm so sorry. Is your character a halfling?
Usually.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if she was a halfling or something else. I'm drawing a complete blank.
Halfling that eats all the time.
Right?
As halflings
Okay.
do.
Yeah, okay, so perfect. So yeah, he'll look at the halfling and just, there's a little bit of a faint smile under the beard as he kind of motions with his head towards the door.
Oh, me? Next?
He nods.
I'm still eating. Okay, so she grabs a muffin and, the mug of ale she is quaffing it down with and heads into the room. And she stuffs another muffin in her satchel pouch thing.
As you walk in, you kind of see a smirk forming on his face because he could see you stuffing the food in your pockets and mouthful of food, and you got a drink in one hand and more food in the other.
She wipes off her mouth bit. Smile.
Enjoying the food.
Delicious.
Isn't it? I don't know where Snorglin gets the ingredients, but always such a delight.
I kind of would like the recipe for these muffins. They're good.
So, a druid. Haven't seen your kind in a while. I mean, though most druids that I know of don't go charging head on into blood sports, but seems like you got caught up with a weird group.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you don't get what you think when you're going to get.
Oh, trust me, I know that all
was told
too
to get some worldly experience. This is a lot more worldly experience than I bargained for, but they're nice. They're nice folk, kind of, sorta. A little weird sometimes. But some of them more than others.
So
it's a good learning experience for me, and that's what I was told to do. So that's what I.
So far, I gather that your friend with the guns brings a bit of chaos to the group in regards to fights. Your dwarven friend, the cleric, seems to bring a lot of protection and pink shovel. A severe distaste for the undead. So what is it, my friend, that you bring to the fight?
Well, I bring halfling luck. And
Luck is a wonderful thing.
sort of a sense of adventure. I have I have a couple kind of neat things I've picked up along the way. One is this deck of cards, and it's proved to be very interesting. Appeals to me a lot. And then we had one adventure, and I got this ring, and it's been pretty amazing. It sort of, most of my other things are pretty normal, but I try to, I guess if you're asking what I bring to the group, well, food for sure, as much as possible. And I like to try to do how would you put it, crowd control or help in terms of, I may not be able to hit very hard, but sometimes I can do things that help others. So sort of assist, and then I've got some nice healing spells that are helpful sometimes if I don't end up flat first. That's kind of the problem, you see. Often, one heavy hit and I'm face down, looking very close at the mushrooms and things on the ground.
Yeah, I sort of witnessed a bit of that in trials.
Yes, I listened to a whole lot of help, bang, and I was down, and that was it. That's really the last thing I remember.
I can help
for a while.
First, let's do the thing we need to do. As he turns over to that, again, the mannequin throws just a large glob of liquid metal into it. You see that it forms into almost like identically to the armor and everything that you were wearing before, with the like the leaves and just like the very like nature aesthetic to it. But you notice that these leaves are a bit strange, as they seem almost alive. So this little garment here of yours, I've added a bit of fun to it. First off, you mentioned your luck. That good old luck that all you halflings are known for. This armor will allow you to share that luck with a friend. If you so choose, Siva, you may now provide somebody else the halfling luck. If things look dire, if they needed reroll, whatever thing, anything like that, you can provide them your luck.
Could be
On top of that,
anytime,
anytime, anytime you feel that they need that oomph of halfling luck because they're rolling atrociously, if you have luck to give or luck to use, you can give it to them.
Do I have to take any of the armor apart, like a leaf
Nope.
off or something? That's got quite a sort of a nice aesthetic to it.
On top of that,
Green is my favorite color.
on top of that, this armor can get you out of a pinch. Like you said, one swift hit and you're looking at the mushroom. You have a charge that when if you were to be hit by an attack, before damage is rolled, you can elect to use this charge on the armor to create a duplicate Allura to take the damage. Damage to you is negated.
Oh my. What happens to the duplicate aura?
The duplicate Allura will take the damage and then they fade away into a pile of leaves.
Oh. Okay. So they weren't real. They were just kind of there and just to soak up the damage.
Yeah, it just makes a little duplicate of you.
And
It's a +1 armor.
how often can I
That
make a
is
duplicate?
that is once a day.
And is that like a long rest kind of day?
Yeah, it's like once a long rest.
That's very nice. Those are really pretty. Almost a little bit of a sparkle to them. I like them. Very nice. Thank you so much. That's very that could be really helpful. I like.
Now, that staff of yours.
Yes.
You were
I couldn't put it in the box. It just has such personal value to me.
Of course. Doesn't mean I
The
can't make it
carving's
better.
nice. Oh, okay. My father would be upset to hear that. Best he could, but
I'm not
okay.
talking about the craftsmanship. I'm talking about the abilities of it.
Okay.
First off, you seem to like food. Can't blame you. Food's good. So, your staff now can create a meal for you and your companions. This meal will provide everybody a D10 temporary hit points when
Oh, she eats it all.
it can be used once a day, so prepare it at night or prepare it in the morning. These temporary hit points will reset after a long rest.
Oh my goodness.
So
So
okay,
do
go
I
ahead.
spin it around or stamp it or how do I get the
Reach-
meal out of it?
Just think of food. Think of any sort of food you want.
Oh,
and
but I
just
do that all the time.
Tap the tip of your staff onto the ground and it will make a meal.
With cutlery and everything?
Everything you need.
Oh, that's amazing. And it'll be sort of what I think of for a meal or what the staff wants or
It's all up to you.
oh my goodness. Oh my.
On top of that, this is now a +1 weapon. And when you use Shillelagh on it, your damage dice for Shillelagh will increase by 1.
Oh. Alora's starting to look a little overwhelmed here, a little shell shocked. So that takes the Shillelagh up to 1d10 and the two-handed Shillelagh up to 12. Good. She sort of holds the staff almost reverently now. She's just quite taken aback by all of it. But it still looks the same.
Looks the same. It just feels enchanted.
Oh. This is quite amazing.
Oh, and just for you, I put a little extra thing into your armor. There's a pocket in there.
Oh, it is.
Reach into it whenever you want and get a little treat for yourself.
Oh. Like muffins and things?
Muffins, bacon, candy.
Oh.
As long as it's a food and not a drink, you are fine.
Oh my god, it's a dimensional pocket of snacking.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
Pocket of eternal snacks, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is quite a bit. Can I share the snacks with friends or just for...
That's up to you.
Oh, that's amazing.
When you do,
Laura looks just shell-shocked at this point. Just
when
food
you
coma. She's
when
just
you
going into a food coma.
when you return to the waiting room, you know, again, enjoy as many refreshments as you like and send your next friend in.
Oh, okay. I hardly know how to thank you. I mean, I know we did the trials, but this
No
is a
thanks
lot.
needed. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. He reaches over and he hands you a bag of holding, and then another bag with 1,500 gold in it.
Oh my goodness. You're beyond generous. This is...
Like I said, you're champions. You need to look like champions.
Thank you. So now is the armor on the little mannequin still?
The
Or-
armor is on the mannequin until you take it off.
So does she carry the mannequin out with her then?
No, you could take the armor off the mannequin.
Okay.
And like you could put it
She's-
on if you want.
Picks it up and walks out. Thanks.
Yeah, she's honestly not sure what to do because she doesn't want to put down the staff and you know, she's sort of, oh my goodness. So she actually does walk out with the mannequin in one under sort of the mannequin and all these things, and like she's kind of hauling it all out as she leaves. And then she turns around just as she gets to the door and she makes a big wave and blows a kiss and bows and does a little twirl and heads back to the reception room.
And as you're walking out, he like kind of like makes it. Go ahead and take it.
Okay, so we have 3 people left. I'm going to roll a d6 and figure out that way who to send in. So she looks around and oh, look at all this. Now I'm having trouble here. Callistra, I think it's your turn.
Oh, he said he stood up to walk a little bit, so he might not be at his desk.
Nope, I'm here.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It was almost an awkward moment.
Nope, absolutely alive.
All right. So as you call Callistra, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break here so we can get up, stretch our legs, get something to drink, all that fun stuff. And when we come back, we will continue throwing ridiculous items at people. So Siglas will be like back in about 5, 6, 10 minutes.
Or 2 in the other.
And
You can't
we
use it. I
are
wanted
back.
2 for both.
Yeah.
I was like, can't do 2 and 2. So I was like, damn it. I don't want to sacrifice the other, so I guess I just won't be one.
Yep. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi, back. We're here.
Hi.
Hi. What
Hi.
can't you be, Zoro?
Oh, I told
Everything.
you already where one of the ideas I was thinking of was being a fairy fungrel or whatever they're called in Daggerheart. But the way the rules are set up for you to be a hybrid, I wanted it was illegal technically because I wanted the second option in fairy and the second option in the fungrel, but you have to have 1 in the other and 2 in the other. You can't have 1 and 1 or 2 and 2. So I was like, damn it, I want both of those. Those are the ones I'm the most interested in.
You take,
Damn it!
you take the quote unquote minor and major, for, the minor from one and the major from the other.
Yeah. So it's like, I want to fly and I want to talk to dead people.
Fair.
Now I
You
can't
can't have that.
Fair.
Who wants to be a fairy and can't fly? Psh. Psh. I think it's stupid. It should be automatic. I have wings. Let me fly.
I don't know. I like what Taliesin is doing with his fairy character.
I haven't seen it yet. I started watching.
I haven't seen it yet either.
And
I haven't watched episode 1. I just watched the character creation.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone though, so I won't.
Yeah.
I won't talk about it.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen the whole thing yet.
I'm watching episode 1 tomorrow while I'm working. But back into this zone of chaos.
Sorry, distracted. Sorry.
Callistra,
Yes.
you have been summoned.
I have been summoned. Alrighty. I'm afraid. I'm scaroused.
Oh, the one with all the knives.
Only 2.
You could have more. Oh, you could definitely. So
True.
I have to ask, what is it that you bring to the fight?
What is it that I bring to a fight? Ideally, nothing in a grand skirmish. I prefer to isolate my targets.
Don't we all?
One more time for the hearing impaired.
Sorry. I must have looked away the wrong way. I said, don't we all?
Ideally, everything I do involves isolating a problem, not engaging in a grand melee.
Isolation. First, let's talk about that armor. He turns, and with a brand new mannequin there, turns and throws a glob of liquid metal onto it, and it forms. You had studded leather, right?
Yep.
Forms into studded leather armor. Looks almost same make, same design. Unless you want it to look differently, that's all up to you guys on how your armor looks now.
It needs to be a darker shade of black.
You know what? What is it called?
not
It's
updating it.
Vanta Black or whatever it's called.
No, we don't speak of black here.
Or whatever.
We'll go with black 3.0.
There we go. Black 3.0.
Yes.
Do you have anything blacker than black?
Since you like to single targets out, make them feel less protected. What this armor will do, Raven, is when you make a successful melee attack against a creature, you can activate this armor's ability, which has 3 charges. Doing so will force the target to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving. If they fail, you can relocate yourself and your target to a point up to 30 feet away that you can see.
And sorry, what was the condition for triggering that?
Successful melee attack.
I have one mechanical question on that, just for my own sanity.
Sure.
Does that trigger before or after damage is done?
That triggers after. I'm gonna say I'll allow you to choose if it's going to trigger before or after.
Because remember, I'm Swashbuckler. I can trigger sneak attack if the target has nothing within 5 feet of them or me.
Yep. So if you poke them, you can teleport them away and then trigger the damage.
I like it.
It's got a +1 armor bonus because, of course, it does.
Okay.
And because you've decided to make it the blackest black, that ever black times infinity, we're gonna say that when you are hiding or when you are sneaking, creatures have disadvantage on perception checks to spot you.
I can spell.
I'm having the same problem in the also writing.
Oh no,
Writing this
that was me this morning. I could not spell to save my life. Like spelling a grammatical structure was not a thing this morning.
Yeah.
You ever try to spell a word and every time you spelled it looks worse and worse?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're all
man.
like
all the time.
Okay, there we go. Oh, that's going to make things exciting. Okay.
Now, do you prefer to fight with 1 or 2 blades?
Hold
on, gotta let the cat in.
I prefer to fight with 2 weapons. And the out-of-character answer is I do have 2-weapon fighting.
Yep. I couldn't remember if you were a 2-weapon fighter or if you were single.
I did. Yeah, I actively did do that.
Perfect. So, he presents you with, what's your weapon of choice for your 2 weapons?
Currently short swords.
Short sword. He presents you with 2 short swords. One where the metal is almost just like this brilliant, like bright silver. And the other one, black as shadow.
That's it. I'm moving this character sheet to a bigger monitor.
Hello, Evie. Both of these blades are +1. Now, they have significant effects to them, but the effect is only happens when the weapon you wish to have the effect happen on, that makes any sort of sense, in your main hand. If it's in your offhand, the effect will not trigger.
Okay.
So, just keep it in mind when you want to use an effect, what blade's going into your main hand.
Okay. Is there any special mechanical thing to switch them, or just manual?
Yeah, just manual.
Okay.
So if the bright blade is in your hands, any creature who is not covered by any form of shadow, any sort of covering, shadow, night, anything like that.
Creature who is in light, basically.
A creature who is in light, who is exposed to light. You're going to tack on an extra damage die onto your sneak attack.
Which is a D6. Okay.
Now with the other one, any creature that is in contact with shadow, be it nighttime, be it overhangs, whatever, as long as they are not in light, that blade will ignore resistances. And on a natural 20, has the chance to assassinate the target.
Is there a DC attached to that assassination?
It is a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You are also given a bandolier of knives. But unlike a normal bandolier where you take a throwing knife and chuck it at somebody, you could still do that. Or in a pinch to where you find yourself unfortunately surrounded by more than one enemy, you can use the enchantment on this bandolier to either throw a forward or backward facing cone of knives. 10-foot cone. It's a DC 15 dex saving throw. Give me a sec here. Want to make sure I get the damage right. And everybody in that cone who fails is going to take 3d6 points of piercing damage.
Is there, if they make the save, is there damage, or do they actually avoid it all?
They avoid it all.
Okay. just asking so I have proper notes. Yay!
It's that time of the evening where my cat is sitting directly in front of my monitor.
I just see
That's
the
okay.
top of the head and the whiskers.
Yep. He is demanding chin rubs.
Okay.
And on top of that, he presents you with your bag of holding and then bag of 1,500 gold.
Okay. My only other question on that is, what of my bow?
Oh, that's right. You had a bow. I completely forgot you had a bow. Just like I completely forgot Siva had a buckler.
Unfortunately, knives have a limited range, whereas a longbow does not.
This is true.
Unless you wouldn't allow me to throw knives that far.
Shoot knives out of a bow. You know what? You just get Punisher's machine gun that fired, switchblades.
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, you are presented with your longbow. Again, +1 enchantment on it. And you are presented a quiver of specialty arrows. Each one of these arrows have glass arrowheads on them. When fired from a distance and on impact, these arrowheads will break. When said arrowheads break, they will cause a 5-foot area of damage. But you can choose which damage is stored in these arrowheads. Elemental damage, by the way.
Oh.
And then there is one special one. As you have a projectile healing potion.
People with the heals. Tickles 2.0.
There's one of them in here. And they will heal 1d10 plus your target's constitution modifier hit points.
1d10 plus con?
You still have to hit their armor class, though.
Okay.
Just saying.
Get back here so I can poke you with my arrow.
Come back here! You're trying to stab.
If I have to stealth prior to shooting the arrow so I have advantage, so be it.
I will say, critical strikes still apply, and so does sneak attack. Keep that in mind.
To the healing or to the damage?
Yes. You can sneak attack heal people.
So D10 plus sneak attack dice pool.
Yep.
Damn.
Now you can only have one. You can only have one of these healing arrows on you at a time.
How do I acquire more?
You acquire more. The long rest.
Okay. And does that completely refill the quiver?
Yes. On a long rest, your arrows will refill.
Okay. And sorry, how many of the glass tip regular ones are there?
There are 4. With the glass tips, on the long rest, you will roll a 1d4 for it to see how many arrows of those will respawn. The healing arrow is an automatic respawn.
I'm not going to complain.
Now, in order for the healing arrow to take effect, it has to at least travel 30 feet before it strikes the target.
Deal. And the pouch of winnings was 1,500.
1,500 gold.
Okay. Okay, I think I've got all my ducks in a row. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Did you want me to go find someone else of particularly? Or
when you go back
whomever I
in, choose the next person.
Thank you. Doing something like this without knowing the rewards can always be
risky.
I don't typically take contracts without knowing what I'm being paid up front. And with that, I'm going to turn on my heel and the temptation to stealth back into the room is hilarious. However, I am not going to on this occasion.
Okay.
And I will walk back in and point directly at Charon,
who is lounging half asleep in her seat, holding a mimosa.
Oh, if you're not paying attention, I am sneaking up on you.
I mean, she did say she's only half paying attention. So I think that's just an auto success that you sneak up.
That was a 19 on the die, so that's a 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that beats my passive.
At that point, I'm going to sneak up behind you, cover your eyes, and say, "You're next."
Never mind.
Oh, that's not a threat.
Or it could be fun. Go the other way with it.
I was about to say eyebrow waggle over here.
I mean, as soon as she feels your hands over her eyes, she like jumps up, startled, and drops her mimosa. I was enjoying that.
There'll
I'm
be
sorry,
more.
What did you say?
You're needed.
Okay,
There are
you weren't
gifts waiting for
threatening
you.
me then. Okay.
Should
Hard
I
to
be?
tell. What? I hope not, but you know, it's hard to tell with people of your persuasion sometimes.
What are you insinuating?
Well, you know, you're like sneaky and got all those knives. Do you have even more knives now?
I do.
See what I'm saying? It's a good thing. You just gotta be cautious sometimes. She will,
Either way, you're needed.
get up and proceed on. Also, a little bit of retcon. I forgot she had a +1 ring. She would have thrown that in the bin as well. That added a +1 to her AC.
You necessarily didn't have to throw anything into the bin. It was pretty much just stuff you wanted to get rid of that you didn't need.
Gotcha.
So, like, you could keep that +1 ring. That's perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah, she will wander on in.
Okay. And you almost see a smile form on his face. I was waiting for them to send you.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends.
Good thing for me, bad thing for everyone else.
How much do you want to wake him up?
I like really badly want to.
Good. But first, let's talk about the armor. Burns and again, large splatter, liquid metal forming the robes and everything on there. Sorcerer, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you struck me. Surprised you didn't go to the same
magic in me.
Surprised you didn't go down the same route as your father, but
well, I mean, I asked him to teach me all his tricks and stuff, but I mean, if you know my father, then you know my father. He wouldn't do it.
well, just for my information box, and so I don't give you something completely false. Your lunar school of magic, what does it allow you to do that is different from other sorcerers?
So the lunar sorcerer has this neat trick called lunar embodiment, where they can swap between lunar cycles, the full moon, the new moon, and the crescent moon, and depending on which one they're attuned to, that gives them access to different spells.
Gotcha.
And then that lunar embodiment basically gets upgraded as they level up. I'm at the stage now where each lunar cycle also has 2 magic schools associated with it, and I get to spend less sorcery points when using meta magic in those schools. And then later on down the line, I can swap between lunar cycles at will, basically, instead of once per day.
Okay. That is good to know. So, this robe, +1 enchant on it, of course, has interesting feature. It has an interesting feature to it regarding your sorcery points. When you need to, when all seems to be lost, below, and when I say all seems to be lost, you're below half HP, you can access a secondary font of sorcery points from this armor. It is equivalent to half the sorcery points that you have available to yourself. As you get stronger, it gets stronger. Also, when your spells land a killing blow, you can regain sorcery points. Each kill will net you 1d2 sorcery points that you can regain.
Very nice.
Now, I was going to present you with, but seeing as what you carry amongst you, he sort of like just waves his hand as a singular like mote of light appears in front of you.
What's this?
A means to awaken Agrin,
Oh.
a soul.
How about it, Agrin? Are you hungry?
Don't be teasing me like this, boss.
Oh, I'm not teasing. Enjoy. Eat.
And like you stab Agrin into it, and you can feel just Agrin himself beginning to form into the weapon of your choice, as you just feel a surge of power sort of just emanating from this tooth as it begins to morph and grow. And you get this feeling of exhilaration and curiosity. You think back to this as must have been what your father felt when he first awoke Agrin all those years ago.
I like this. I like this a lot.
I have to ask, do you still have the original notes on Agrin?
I have them somewhere.
Okay, because I need to find them again.
Thought I DM'd to you what I had, but I may
Probably,
not have.
but they
I'll have to go look.
they were probably lost in time because you, me, and Zoro DM a lot.
There's a way to search through it if we need to, so
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, I found them.
good.
Perfect. Let me see this.
Yeah, so I have a list there of what happened after consuming 1 soul, and then what happened after consuming 5 souls. And then beyond that point, it got insane because I believe Cassius ate a soul bomb after that, which was like thousands of souls. So crazy stuff happened.
Yep. Okay, cool. So yeah, pretty much Agrin is going to duplicate what he was when he was in contact with Cassius.
Very nice. This is exciting. I was wondering when I'd get to give him the opportunity to feast.
Agrin's like, yeah, so was I. I was not gonna lie, I was getting a little antsy there.
I was trying, but
we kept getting so close, but then somebody else would kill him. I was really hoping that we were gonna get the feast on that giant, and then, well, Nile happened.
Which, I mean, to be fair, that was super cool what she did.
Oh,
but
I'm not arguing that.
Doesn't help the hunger.
No, not at all. And then you are presented with your bag of holding and your 1,500 gold. What do you make Agrin into?
I think because Charon doesn't use weapons the same way that Cassius did, I think she is going to opt to continue having him reside within her instead of as a physical weapon on the outside. And then anytime she needs to use him as a weapon or let him out to feed, he will just emerge like from her wrist as that long spine, like spider leg like spine.
Gotcha. Okay. So you can just make it look super creepy every time you stab somebody with
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Okay. That works. Like you just like slowly become a necromorph from Dead Space for a moment.
Yeah. Which is gonna look even cooler with some other spells that I picked up. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
For all of this.
Once you go back in, send in your final companion, and her and I can have a discussion on how to improve what she has, as she had nothing.
Yeah, we had a mishap with, I don't really know what it was, but it was terrible. It like ate most of her stuff. I'll send her in.
Perfect.
Take the robe and stuff off the mannequin and head back to the waiting room.
Okay.
Snow, you're up.
Oh, looks up and she has like a turkey leg hanging out of her mouth.
You could probably take that with you.
No, that would be rude. She'll put it down, wipe her paws off, and walk into the other room.
As you walk in, you could feel his eyes studying you for a moment. I had inspiration for everybody else because, well, they had things on them to begin with. Not entirely sure what to do with you. I'm pretty sure you don't want that ill-fitting leather armor pack.
No, it's. I mean, it worked in a pinch. Better than nothing.
So what is it that you bring to fights?
A lot of magical power.
So you're a wizard.
Yes. I found this weird looking spell book in one of the things we raided, and it talks to me now. And lets me change things.
I see. So you would want to be somebody who's being kept at a range.
Yes. Well, close enough to work spells, but not up close.
I got you. More a robe wearer than armor wearer.
Oh no, I trained in my military practice to be able to use the leather armors.
Ah, military brat.
Yes. I'm not as good as Callista is, but I can do some of the same things.
See. Well then. He turns and again throws that glob of molten, not molten, but liquid metal onto the thing, and you onto the mannequin. And you see like a combination leather armor with the like over, like the not the robe, but like a cowl of a wizard. Again, designed how you like, because you guys, this is your guys' armor. +1 armor, as always.
Can it be technically studded leather?
Sure.
I can use it. I
Sure.
just didn't have it. Yes.
We can make it stud leather armor. Little more protection. Looks a little more official military wear than just basic robes or leather armor you picked up off the ground. Though you wizards do tend to become pincushions.
A little bit. I felt that in the last fight.
I've given a little defense to this armor. there are two options that you have here. One is a use of deflect missiles. And then there is one that will allow you to seemingly reflect a spell. Both of these have a single charge and they recharge each long rest. For the spell reflection to work, it is the same rules as counterspell. But instead of the spell just dissipating, it will be knocked back towards the caster if it's successful.
Okay. That's really cool. Basically what those little things were doing that entire fight.
Now, what do you arm yourself?
Knowledge?
That is the most nerd answer anybody has ever given me.
I mean, I know how to use daggers and rapiers, but I prefer to use spellcasting. Just a little stronger.
I see. Huh. And I take it that book of yours is your focus?
That it is.
I know what I can do. He walks over to that box that he made Niall's gun in. And he pulls out a singular ring. Put this on.
Okay. And she'll slip the ring on.
And as you slip the ring on, you just feel like a secondary hunger for magic sort of pulse through you for a brief moment. This works. Good. I was always wondering if this would work for someone like me. Anytime you are within 30 feet of another spellcaster and they cast a spell, you can regenerate half the amount of spell points that they use to cast the spell. There's no save. There's no harm to the spellcaster that originally cast the spell. The ring just seemingly feeds off of the arcane energy and then feeds it into you. So as long as you are within the range of a spellcasting friend or enemy, spell goes off, you get half those spell points that they cast or that they cast with.
That's very helpful, considering my split class does not work well for spell points.
No, it doesn't.
I have crippled myself just a little. That's awesome.
And then he presents you with a bag of holding and 1,500 gold.
This bag of holding is not going to have creatures crawl out of it, is it?
No, this is a 100% legit bag of holding.
Because we had a mishap where they are crawling out and they tried to kill us and drag us back in.
Trust me, there was an individual waiting to attack Grim on the other side of his coffin if he were to open it.
I believe that. there also might have been an instant where I lost all that was the one that led me to lose all my stuff. Is trying to get rid of that.
Yes, but I fixed it and made the coffin better.
Oh, that's good. He's going to be very happy. He was looking very down about that. I was worried. Thank you. This is much appreciated. This is way better than I thought. Thank you so much. She's gonna go undress the mannequin and take her new armor with her back to the room.
And as you return, he sort of just returns to sitting on the throne that he was on when you first encountered him. Everybody's still in the room relaxing when a soft knock comes at the door.
Who is it?
Snorglin lets himself in.
Oh, hey.
Hey, so boss wanted me to give you something else. Just so you're not wandering aimlessly. He pulls out a small scroll case and places it on the table. Don't open it yet. It's taking its time. It's got to fully bake.
Food for shrapnel?
No.
Oh.
Something tells me Shrapnel doesn't want to eat the paper anyway.
Oh, he's been the only one eating this whole time. Like, Niall has not even been eating. She's just been constantly feeding her dragon food. That's it.
You look over and it's just like a kitten with like a little like swollen belly. Just full of milk. As that case will contain a map. And the reason I'm doing this is so I make myself create a map for you guys.
This is an incentive
waiting
for
for
you
this
to get
one.
off your butt.
Because what is this? What is this? Episode 15 and
Episode
y'all still
15.
don't have a map?
And we don't know where we're going.
No, you don't. So episode 16, y'all will have a map.
Yay! I'm excited. We got us a map.
Yay! Who's taking the map?
Well, I feel like that's probably something you should be carrying.
Okay. Don't know about that. The last group thing that I carried for everyone, it went into a black hole.
She has a point.
That is true. I mean, I can carry it. I do a lot of cartography, so I guess it would make sense.
That makes sense as well. I'm okay with that. You haven't lost anything so far that we know of.
That we know of.
Well, what we do need to get, I feel like it's owed. Those silver platters. Just saying. It's on the to-do list. Silver
Well,
platters.
we're
Should
going
definitely be.
back there after this, right?
Yes.
Is this the same day, Rojan? Or is this a day past? Or are we aware of that?
You're not aware of it.
Okay.
You don't know how long you've been down here.
You know, Sharon, depending on how long we've been gone, we also have to decide on what new hat our friend should get.
Oh, right.
Because he's
yeah.
owed another one after this bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, this bullshit was, like, really, really beneficial to us, but he deserves a new hat nonetheless.
He should have given us a better heads up of what we were walking into, though.
I'm not sure if he even knew what we were walking into.
Probably not, but I still feel like it's his fault.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Because
I
I'm
just
bad
put
with
my
names.
notebook away. Vastrid.
Yes, that's them.
The one that I called a kobold and he got super pissed off, but was a kobold. That asshole.
He was mad that you got it right.
I've been eyeing a pinky.
Can't tell you. Never heard of him.
He told us to seek you out.
Seek me out?
Well, the friend up top, he told us to find him.
Yeah, to find Thunder.
Oh, Thunder.
Oh, that's right.
I know
That's
He
Thunder.
also
right.
gave us no
It's been a
warning
while.
about Thunder at all and what we were looking for. He just sent us down a trail and said we'd eventually run into him, which is kind of a bullshit move.
But
He
to
said
be
you'll know.
fair, he was right.
We also ran into a T-Rex that we thought was Thunder and almost got eaten.
There's
Tina.
that.
What was her name? Tina.
I think it
There's
was.
now.
It's like, wait, there was a name for.
So, he deserves a new hat. That's all I'm saying.
Clearance.
He had a nice chicken hat this morning. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. I feel like he needs a new one now.
Yes.
What about a duck?
A duck?
Oh, a duck.
Duck hat.
A
Yeah,
duck
we
hat.
can go through the... We can do that next.
Just go through all the poultry.
I wonder if he knew he was wearing that chicken hat this morning. He acted like he didn't.
If you act like it's a normal thing, then people will just assume it's a normal thing, right?
It's a very bizarre hat. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Snorglin or whatever your name was.
Yeah, you got it.
Snor. Okay.
Snorks.
Are you a well-traveled fellow? Are you familiar with the world and the things in it?
I am familiar with the world and the things in it and the things outside of it. I'm sort of
Wonderful.
the producer of, the tournament that goes on. So, I'm talking to people here and there, outside, everywhere. Why?
Because I'm looking for something, but I don't know if it even actually exists. So maybe you could help me out.
Maybe. What are you looking for?
Okay, so you know who my dad is, right?
Yeah, I know who your dad is.
Okay, so I was going through his journals one night, and
Well, first off, that's an invasion of privacy. Continue.
yeah, I mean you're not wrong, but I do it often. And so I was reading about his old adventures, and he came across this place, this swampy place with a bunch of hags and stuff in it, and said that one of the hags there was growing a particular fruit that when consumed separates the soul from the body. I want to get my hands on that for something else that he's working on as a surprise for him, but I don't know how to get it or even if it's real. Because he does this thing where he travels through gates to places that I'm not sure are real. It's weird. So I don't know if he got that from a place that isn't real or if it's a real thing from here.
Can I insight check that? The whole.
I'm trying to
wanting
remember
get it
what
for
the
her
hell
gift.
that is.
So
I'm digging back to campaign 1. I'm like, what the hell is he talking
So-
about?
That is a fruit that Cassius obtained from the fake world, but when he was transported back to the real world, the fruit still existed, and he used it as an ingredient in the ritual to becoming a void dragon.
Right. I was like, what the hell is
It's-
Fox talking about? I don't remember this.
If you weren't there and taking notes on it at the time, it just sounds batshit insane.
I mean, welcome to my games. So there was a hag.
Yeah.
Who was growing a piece of fruit that would separate the soul from the body.
Yeah.
Sadly, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think.
No.
Oh.
I mean, if you're not opposed to talking to hags.
I'll talk to anybody. I like talking to people.
There's one probably about a day south from me. So just a little warning, she is a lot crazy. She talks to flowers.
Oh.
I don't know if the flowers talk back, but yeah, she sings to them and she feeds them and calls them her babies and everything. She is, she's out there. But if anybody knows of any sort of special plant or fruit or anything that separates the soul from the body, she might.
Okay, well, that's more than I had to go on before. Thank you. I just really hope I can get my hands on this. It's, a gift for Dad.
Can I inside check that?
I can't stop you.
Gifts. Oh my god, is this like the first roll? Shit, I didn't roll that well. Damn it. Where's my insight? 12?
I mean, the expression on her face looks excited at the prospect of having a gift to give her father.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I had no idea what you were talking about. Like soul that it's like soul that separates the fruit that separates the soul from the body. Yeah, that sounds like something I would make.
It was a wild time. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, she's about a mile south from here.
Yeah, does she have a name?
Yeah, but you don't want to speak it.
Oh.
It summons her. And she
Oh.
hates to be summoned.
What's the name?
I'm not going to speak it. I don't want to summon her.
In his head, he'll hear, what's the name?
As he's like, I'm not summoning her.
God damn it. Who?
Wait, is I'm not summoning her name?
No.
Summon of her. No, okay.
Summon them on her?
Summon.
Hopefully our travels take us down that way, and if they do, I'll pop in and say hi.
I mean, if she's just a mile south, not that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking,
10-minute walk.
right?
Okay. Heck, it talks to plants. That's basically this one. She just
Yeah, I mean, we'll bring
Boing.
Alora along, and I'm sure the two of them will have a great time.
Mhm.
Not to
I don't know-
stereotype druids or anything, but you do seem to really enjoy being around plants. So,
I don't think Alora is old enough to be called a hag, though.
no.
I wasn't calling her hag.
I'm sorry, I was not insinuating that you're a hag, Alora. You're a druid, and this hag
Plant.
talks to plants. Seems like it's something that's up your alley.
That's a bit of a stretch, but perhaps.
Do you not like plants?
I like plants. But I mean, sort of, I talk to plants and I'm a druid. She talks to plants, but she's a hag. But then she's a druid because she talks to plants. There's a bit of a flaw.
Well,
there
she
in
might.
the-
Why can't she
not
be
a-
both?
She might not be a druid, but if she talks to plants and likes plants, and you talk to plants and you like plants, then at least there's common ground there.
True,
Maybe
true.
we'll be besties.
We'll see. Maybe we like different kinds of plants.
That's something you can talk about.
There's nothing like a good debate over things that you like that are different from other people. They learn something, you learn something, and maybe you'll learn to like something new.
Why is this making my head hurt?
You maybe
Yes.
like flora, maybe she likes fauna. Perfect pairing.
Fauna aren't plants. Neil.
Sure. They're green.
No, flora aren't Fauna aren't green. No.
I don't
Fauna
know.
are
I've
like
seen some fauna with plants on them before.
fauna are usually like animals.
Usually.
Yeah.
But
and
not
flora
always.
are-
Animals can be
right?
green.
Yeah.
And animals can be plants.
Oh, goodness gracious.
They certainly help plants at some point in their life.
I mean, they help them at all points in their life. Usually, fertilizer. Just saying.
Hey,
That's the joke I was saying. Thank you,
Is-
Wizard, for pointing out the joke.
is a treant fauna or flora?
Yes. Oh God, we are talking about
I
plants.
know how to silence a room, don't I?
Yeah. While there's a lull here, Snorkeling, I seem to have made a small mistake. Could I trouble you to take that little stand thing that had my armor on it back?
Oh
to
wow,
the
you took the
gentleman?
whole mannequin. Yeah,
I
I
didn't mean. Yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
it's fine. I could
No
take
one.
it.
I realize now that no one else took the mannequin. That wasn't supposed to be part of it.
Well, I want to now. Now that I saw you had one, I could put my coat on it.
Let's Snorgs. This
And
was
then
a
carry your coat on the mannequin.
No, like now that I have a bag of holding that's not going to eat us, I could put my big furry winter coat on it for storage and then shove her in the burg.
Will that go in the bag of holding? Like,
You
how
certainly
big
try.
You can't.
if you
You
rip the
can't
bag of
steal. You can't steal any of the boss's mannequins.
It's not stealing if you watch me do it.
Yes, it is. It just means I just witnessed you steal it.
It's not
Well,
stealing if
how
he gave
about-
them to us.
Here, Snork, and Alora's going to kind of shove the little mannequin at Snork. I don't want to steal it. It's back to you now, and if she wants to steal it, that's on her.
What
You
if
guys-
you use animate object on the mannequin and the mannequin chooses to leave with us?
Yo.
Friend.
Alora reaches into
Snork
her,
is so done
her
with us.
snacking pocket and pulls out a muffin. She's stressed.
Well,
As he
Snorg.
walks over and he just grabs the mannequin and walks out of the room.
Oh.
You know, he keeps
Well-
saying stealing. Stealing is you trying to sneak it away without being caught, even if you do get caught. I'm not trying to sneak anything. I am blatantly shoving it in my bag in front of witnesses. That's not stealing.
Oh,
That's
that's still
showing off.
stealing. I was going to ask him for invitations to the next one of these. Maybe we could be spectators next time.
So he told me that if we needed to, like, redeem our title and see if we can still hold it for, the next people that want to come in and do that, he's going to call us back. I think
Not
that'd be
quite the
cool.
same thing, but an interesting prospect.
Potato.
I think we gave poor Snorgs a headache.
Also, where's the exit?
But no, he has left us in the snack room. I assume it just means we keep snacking until he comes back.
Also, a
As
very good
he
question.
he comes back like a moment later. He's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, had to put the mannequin away before you stole it. If you're looking to get out of here, just exit this room, take a right, walk through that door. You'll be back outside at Thunder's camp."
Okay. Yeah, if you need more spectators next time, send us an invitation. Might be fun to sit on the other side.
Watch everyone die and fail horribly.
Oh, I just want I want them to pick randoms so that we can vote on what they have to do.
Ooh, betting. Gamble.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you an invite the next time we're holding a tournament.
Oh, yay.
Okay, well, thanks again for everything. This was a lot of fun. We'll see you around.
Glad we could be your first
Wait, what?
champions.
Hey.
Oh, you ain't the first champions.
Oh, I mean like forever. I didn't give details.
What?
I don't know.
Thank
Sometimes it's best
you.
to ignore her.
She's gonna start scooping up shrapnel. Put it back. We're noticing that he's not staying on her shoulder because he's just fat right now. She's gonna hold it like a baby. Like
yeah,
one arm baby.
Every time you put him on their shoulder, he just kind of rolls off.
So she's gonna do that like busy mom mode thing where she just got the one arm with it, so she has her free hand with her backpack, and she's like, "Let's go." Mom on a mission.
Okay. So as you all exit out, you find yourselves back in. There's like a bright flash of light, and then you're back into Thunder's camp. Thunder's not there. So
This loot is shit.
seeing as what Thunder is, he's probably off hunting dinosaurs or something.
Is there the box with our potions in it?
Yep, your potions are still there. He didn't steal them.
I'm actually really sad he's not here. I had a question for him. Sad.
You could leave him a note.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, but how will he get back to me?
Maybe he has his ways.
Maybe. He didn't look.
You can also tell him to.
advanced.
You can tell him to go talk to Vastron and make Vastron contact you.
Ugh.
Yeah, but it's better than nothing.
Ugh, the one booty call I don't want. Thank you very much. I am a woman with standards. I'll
Very
leave him a
well.
note. And if he wants to get back to me, then I guess he can find a way to do it. We'll
So,
figure it out.
what's the plan? Are you going to Vastron's or are you heading south to talk to the hag?
She's really close, so. I'm down for the hag talking about petals and soil and stems.
I mean, if everyone's okay with making a brief detour for me, I'd love to go see her. But if we think going back to Vastron is more important, we can just put the hag on the back burner.
I'm sure Vastron thinks us getting back to him is the most important thing, so I'm down for going for the hag.
Seconded.
But before we go, I'm just going to take one more quick look in this box of things he told me I could go through. Do I find any, like, basic arrows? I just need basic bitch arrows.
Sure. You find a basic bitch quiver.
Okay. Like 20 arrows? 10 arrows?
Infinite. I don't make you keep track of basic arrows.
Okay. Okay.
Like you got the quiver, then you have arrows, or you have bolts. The only time it's required of you to keep track of anything is if it's special ammunition.
I only just marked off that she lost all her arrows because it was in the bag that she lost, so.
Okay. So you all take about an hour to head south. Surprisingly enough, it is exactly due south of Thunder's camp. And it isn't too hard to spot. As you come up to this seemingly normal looking cabin next to a small lake. Though what isn't normal is the amount of flowers that are spread all over the ground around this cabin, up the cabin walls, on the cabin ceiling, and like almost like encircling the entirety of the lake. These soft, white, beautiful looking flowers. Laura, can you give me a nature check?
I was just going to ask if I could give you a nature check. What a coincidence.
Does it look like crazy cat lady, but crazy gardener lady?
This looks like
I resemble that statement.
it kind of looks like the crazy neighbor who like never mows their lawn or never takes care of anything, and everything is overgrown.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Only an
Okay.
11, unfortunately. I rolled badly.
that is actually good enough for you. As you all begin to walk, Laura, you suddenly just stop everybody. A bit of fear begins to creep into your chest. Your heart begins to race a little bit. And then you hear an eerie song beginning to emanate from these flowers. As what you are staring at are siren succulents. And that is where we are ending for this week.
Oh, my people. All right, let's go. Oh man.
And for anybody who remembers, siren succulents was a creature type that we made on Behold Lore.
It sure was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was.
I'm
Some of
pretty
us have
sure.
faced them before.
I'm pretty sure last time I saw these, I was playing a wizard and I cast Disintegration on one of them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that during
Yeah.
the Into the Wildlands? Was
Yes,
when they
it
were
was.
introduced?
It was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I was playing a
Yeah.
small cat
House.
wizard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another order
Big cat, small cat.
Yep.
Yep. I was sitting here and I was like, as you guys were talking, I'm like digging through my Google Drive. I'm like, what is its name? And it just I couldn't find the document on it, but it popped in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. So yeah, siren
That's gonna be
succulents
fun.
make a return next time we're together.
Exciting.
But yeah,
Burn them with fire.
this is burn them all with fire.
Takes out bomb. It's time to do some pruning.
Yeah, don't get close to them. Don't breathe, and plug your ears. But yeah, so that is going to do it for us here tonight. But this is not the only show we do. Coming up on Saturday, we have a bit of a doubleheader. Starting off at noon Pacific time, we are going to have another episode of The Downfall of Propriety, which is a Bridgerton-inspired 5th edition game that is run by Malls. And then later on in the evening at 8 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to have session 0 of our Daggerheart game, where we will be going through a step-by-step process of building characters and introducing the world that they're going to be playing in. So if you're interested in Daggerheart, or if you can't get enough of Daggerheart, well, we got a game coming up. And then we'll be coming back on Monday for another episode of Destiny Forged, which is our longest running show here on the channel. On alternating Tuesdays, we have Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game that is run by Tiltbot. Looping back here on next Thursday will be our other show, which is Mass Effect Horizons, which is a Mass Effect 5th edition mod that is run by Zorro. And then we'll come back next Saturday with Withered Wastes, which is at noon p.m. noon p.m. Because when else is noon? At noon Pacific time, which is another 5th edition game that I run, and then later on in the night with the return of Vigilant 6, which is our completely homebrew superhero game. So, for now, we are going to go ahead and head on off, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning on in, and we will catch you later.